this way.
Great sequels are a thing of elusive beauty. They up the ante, offer something fresh, and expand on the original in new, exciting directions. Building on its groundbreaking forefather in every way, Resident Evil 2 is the embodiment of a great sequel. More zombies, more action, and more cheesy one-liners, all with the stakes raised to city-destroying levels. And hell, we're getting all nostalgic. Time for a retro review. See you on the other side, trooper. Continuing on from the events of Resi 1, scary mansion, scarier zombies, unnatural bioweapon, yada yada yada, etc., Resident Evil 2 shifts the focus from the high-tech STARS team to newly promoted cop on the block, Leon Kennedy. On arriving in the virus-torn streets of Raccoon City, it's apparent that something's not quite right. Despite that rotting flesh smell and the lack of any semblance of social order, Leon teams up with fellow survivor and sister of Resi 1's Chris, Claire Redfield. Unfortunately, with their partnership cut short by a hell-bent zombie truck, yes, you heard that right, they're forced to make their separate ways into the infested police department of Raccoon City. Let's just say, these cops aren't here to protect or to serve. So naturally, it's fortunate that Leon is locked and loaded with a healthy stash of ammo. But whether you choose to boot up the game as Leon or Claire, and we'd recommend trying both, you'll come across some meaty firepower on your way through Raccoon City. Shotguns, magnums, and machine guns are all conveniently placed to maximize your chances of survival. And with each packing a satisfying punch, you'll be blasting your way through them zombies with stylish ease. Whilst you can strategically maneuver your way around the outstretched gammy limbs of the undead, it's often best to dispatch them with a bullet to the brain pan.
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
Despite the slight refocus towards action, Resident Evil 2 still delivers the classic Resi gameplay in spades. Whilst the police department is a little bit more tenuous and tedious a location than the original mansion, I mean, who creates a key-based system around chess pieces? I mean, come on, the exploration is still engrossing and exciting. Brimming with intense set pieces, Resi 2 has something around every corner. Interspersed between all that running and gunning, however, are the staple Resi puzzles, and in all honesty, they're a little bit stale here. It doesn't really get much more exciting than collecting X-sized key to open Y-shaped lock to further your journey. Boring. Trumping its own stubborn sensibilities, the Resident Evil series has always been a stickler for tradition, even to the detriment of the controls. Ah, the controls, the much derided misstep, literally, of the Resi series. Simultaneously clunky and irritating, the control system is seriously outdated. But that bizarrely works in favour of the game, which slowly immerses you into its off-kilter mechanics. You see, controlling a character that feels like a tank ups the tension to nerve-shredding levels, especially in a room swamped with giant spiders all baiting for your precious internal organs. The controls, the environments, the combat, it all adds up to a game that's just dripping with atmosphere and mystery. There is a constant sense of unnerving dread around every corner, with environments teeming with a sense of mystery that pulls you in from the very first ominous bloodstain. You are constantly asking yourself, what happened here? Why is there a decapitated corpse? What is that warm sensation in my groinal area? For a decade-old game with outdated graphics, Resi 2 still has the ability to win you over with its mood and style alone. For 15 years now, the Resident Evil series has been the benchmark for survival horror, with its atmospheric visuals, claustrophobic gameplay, and steadfast tradition. And Resident Evil 2 embodies them all to create one of the series' stronger entries. In all honesty, the game has not aged well, though. The graphics are blocky, the exploration is occasionally tedious, but that should by no means put you off. Resi 2 was a surprisingly forward-thinking game, and much of its gameplay mechanics and cinematic bravado are still widely implemented today. After all this time, Resi 2 is still a fantastic game. So, if you can see around the dated control system and clunky puzzles, you'll find a survival masterpiece of mood and atmosphere that literally oozes cinematic style and hair-raising bombast. Visceral, tense, and terrifying, Resident Evil 2 is still one of the best survival horrors out there.